What up? It's your boy T-Bird here with the reaction. Today is, first off, Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday to all those out there. And Happy Wrestling Wednesday to all as well, too. Now, I did say that during my Christmas kill counts, I have a special Christmas reaction for the kill count, especially for Wrestling Wednesday, and I was not lying. So, going to do a Wrestling Wednesday special kill count for Christmas for the movie Santa Slays, which stars WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. Now, I have heard the movie isn't like, the best, but I'm doing it for y'all since, it's Wrestling Wednesday. I was on my run doing Christmas kill counts. The reason why I didn't do Black Christmas is because I was watching both of my own before doing the as reactions. Excuse me. Take a sip of both liquids so I can. So we'll both me dry. So yeah, so I'm gonna do Santa Slay, and I may do a look away. Don't look away. I'm account to look away if it seems like I'm chance I might do it. I doubt it. But it's Bill Goldberg and it's wrestling. So, without further ado, let's check out Santa Slay kill counts. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and yeah, man, I'm wearing the Santa suit for the third time, because we once again have a killer Santa, and because this is my official Christmas kill count for this year, and because if I wear this thing a lot, it'll be way easier to write off on my taxes. Today we're looking at Santa Slay, a 2005 Christmas horror film that stars pro wrestling superstar Bill Goldberg as Santa Claus. There are tons of Christmas horror movies out there, but this one came up the most in all your letters to dear old Santa meat. Actually, no, let's not say Santa meat. Y'all wanted to see a pro wrestling Santa fuck shit up, so I watched Santa Slay for the first time ever. And yeah, the kills in Goldberg Santa are pretty damn fun. I also really enjoyed the premise here. Turns out that Santa has been under contract to be nice for the past millennium, but on this year's Christmas, the agreement is over, and he can finally once again be the murderous, nasty son of a bitch that he really is. Unfortunately, the story gets a bit bogged down and collapses under its own weight in the final act. And while Goldberg's grunts and limited acting ability are acceptable as the killer Santa Claus, the two young leads kind of sink the sleigh, reminding me of the awful, unlikable couple Jade and Jesse in Bride of Chucky. They're just needlessly snarky and sarcastic, especially the whiny lead character, Nicholas. But the people who love this movie probably do so for the kills. Let's find out how many people Goldberg KOs and get to them. The movie begins at a nice big house where the Mason family is sitting down for dinner. They're a family filled with known names, from Corky Romano to Sonny freaking Corleone, with every nanny and urban legend killer in between. They're also a bunch of nasty people all around, with these twins only concerned about designer handbags, and Mother Virginia having an under-the-table skirt affair with her son-in-law Jason. Instead of coal for this table of naughty individuals, Santa comes down and just breaks through the chimney, prompting Fran Drescher to make the weirdest fucking noise I've ever heard.
Santa?
I'm sorry, what was that? That is not what I thought you said, because that's the sound of a crazy person. Santa somersaults onto the table and first stabs a pair of utensils through Father Barrett's head. A simple glare gets him his first kill after Beth faints in her chair and falls backwards onto a wooden spike of a doggy bed. Damn, fun off-screen impalement right there. After lighting Virginia on fire with a Carney flamethrower, he makes short work of Jason with a single kick into a display cabinet. Now, normally I wouldn't assume that was a kill, but with this movie, I think it intends for most of Goldberg's wrestling victims to be dead. Virginia's hair has melted off by now, and Santa helps put it out by dunking her head into a giant bowl of nasty-looking eggnog. How much eggnog does this family drink? That thing is like a kiddie's swimming pool full of eggnog. Anyway, Virginia drowns in it. Grouse. This Santa doesn't care if you've been naughty or nice, as Rebecca Gayhart's character Gwen learns.
Oh!
Yep, she still gets killed after a Kris Kringle
Oh!
the Mason family dining room table. And when surviving twin Taylor tries to get away, Santa stops her by taking the tree topper star and hurling it into her back. This dude just killed so many people in only a minute. It's almost like he was a professional ass kicker or something. With the rest of the Masons dead, Santa finally returns to Patriarch Darren, who he stuffs with a holiday bird and then kills with a quick and easy head slam to the table. Just like that, this movie started with half a dozen kills. I'd say that more than earns you a title card. Oh, wait, no, it's Santa's sleigh, not Satan's.
I like how you said.
The opening credits give us a brief pictorial overview of the movie's premise. In 1005, not 1065 as it erroneously says in that picture right there, Santa lost a bet to an angel and had to spend the subsequent 1,000 years bringing gifts to kids and being a generally genial, if grimacy, guy. But now it's 2005 and hashtag time's up, so the citizens of Hell Township better watch out on this Christmas Eve. Also, they never specify it, but my headcanon is that this takes place in Michigan, where there is indeed a town called Hell. It's here in Hell that Nicholas Yulson, played by that dude from the incomprehensibly bad Bye Bye Man, works at a deli owned by Mr. Green, who tries and fails to wish his curmudgeonly customer Mrs. Talbot a happy holiday.
Very happy holiday there, Mrs. Talbot.
Don't use that political language shit with me. It's Christmas. Wish me Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Talbot.
Thank you, and go fuck yourself.
Damn.
Just can't win with some people. Mrs. Talbot gets punished immediately for that naughtiness while she's driving herself home that night poorly. Behind her is Santa in his sleigh, pulled by a frickin' buffalo he calls his hell deer, and he's got a little bit of Luda on his mind. When she does, he drives her off the road in spectacular fashion, causing her car to flip in the air and catch on fire. Although, shockingly, I might add, it does not end up exploding. Big missed opportunity, Santa sleigh. Nicholas gets a ride home from Mac, played by Emily DeRaven from Lost, who, wait, Lost premiered in 2004. It was in its second season when this movie came out. What are you doing in hell, Claire? Your baby ain't there. Mac is so interested in Nick that she's brushing her teeth with her finger, hoping to get some Christmas kisses. But he's too busy being a sourpuss about the holiday to catch the hint. He gets home and locks his house's many locks because the grandfather he lives with is one of those bunker-down paranoid types. Gramps is played by Robert Culp, who we just saw on the kill count hunting down the jello-brained Ricky Caldwell in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Remember? He was the one with the sweet mobile plan.
Well, I do get $100 off my cellular bill for every new sign-up.
Gramps has been busy making inventions, like this nutcracker that fires, what, flubber out of its mouth? I think it's a chestnut, but it be acting like flubber. He's also been building a bunker in his basement, possibly because he knows about Santa's true temperament.
He hasn't always been that lovable poster boy for Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
real interesting, Grandpa, but could you, like, not crop dust me in the face, please?
Oops.
That's fucked up.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
That's
Grandpa
fucked
goes
up.
into an underground safe
That's
and
fucked
pulls
up.
out a giant tome.
That's
What the
fucked
hell's
up.
that? A Necronomicon?
What? No, obviously. That shit ain't bound in human skin and inked in human blood. Look at that book, Nick. Do you see a face on that book? And wait a minute, what the hell did you just call it?
A Necronomicon?
It's the Necronomicon, son. It ain't got no kin. No, this book is the Book of Claws. And while Nick stuffs his face like a messy teenager, Grandpa explains to him that Santa was immaculately born to Satan through a virgin named Erica. Yep, in this movie, Santa is Satan's little Jesus baby. Then Grandpa goes over the rest of the backstory that I told you about during the opening credits, but we do get a Rankin and Bass style depiction of the story that features a little stop motion Goldberg. Aww. Turns out the wager involved a form of curling, with Santa and the angel competing to see who could slide their stone closest to an ice hole without it falling in. The angel won after he knocked Santa's stone into the hole, and because of that victory, Santa had to be a nice guy for 1,000 years.
Shit. That was exactly 1,000 years ago.
Dun dun dun. And that's why Santa has been out killing people this whole time, kicking off his murder spree with a dude who randomly puts a knife to his neck. Santa beats the crap out of him and stabs him with a candy cane, which is and then finishes the dude off to a real boring rock song, the type of which is all over the soundtrack. That song sounds like it's by a bunch of high school teachers in a Go-Go's cover band. Because this is a Christmas horror movie, we need ourselves a slimy preacher. But thankfully this one, Pastor Timmons, is played by Dave Thomas. No, not the Wendy's one, the Strange Brew one. He tells his congregation they need to give. But what he doesn't mention is that he's gonna spend Jesus' petty cash at Gold Diggers, the name of the town's surely high-quality strip club. I wonder if they have any jacuzzis filled with Pepto-Bismol. Santa rolls up to the joint and tosses his keys to a hapless valet, who clearly is not proficient in animal handling. And although there's a bouncer outside, Santa's not about to let him get in the way way of any Yuletide pole slides. A quick suplex gets the bouncer on the ground, and Santa finishes the guy off by choking him to death with a wreath. Santa's apparently never heard of that no-touch rule at strip clubs, which I'm pretty sure doesn't just disappear because of some mistletoe, big guy. He gets in trouble with the place's staff, but guess what? He murders them all. First, he kills one dude by throwing him into a knife held by his bartender bro. Hey, count yourself lucky, dude. Working in a strip club, you could have been hit with a different kind of friendly fire there. Then, while more of that lackluster music plays, Santa takes a stripper pole and uses it to reverse the bartender's pickaxe swing right back into his head. Damn, man, am I supposed to be feeling kind of bad for these dudes who are just trying to do their jobs? Because I do. A plaid-clad patron at the club is cornered and then electrocuted to death after he the stripper pole into a light hanging over.
Yo, was that Vince? Hold on, go back. Was that Vince Russo? Run that back. Was that Vince Russo? I think so. Let me see that real quick.
Here because of some mistletoe, big guy. He gets there. Then, while more of that lackluster music plays,
let me see. I think that was Vince Russo.
Santa takes a stripper pole and uses it to reverse the bartender's pickaxe swing right back into his head.
Let me see.
Damn, man, am I supposed to be feeling kind of bad for these dudes who are just trying to do their jobs? Because I do. A plaid-clad
that's Vince Russo. Wow.
And then electrocuted to death after Santa kicks the stripper pole into a light hanging over him. These are all ridiculous kills, but the makeup on this one makes it stand out to me. I love it. On his way out, Santa takes some coal and quotes his dear friend Billy Chapman.
Naughty.
The flaming coal lights fire to the place, and listen, y'all, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and count the building's occupants on the kill count. The reason is that later we find out people died in the fire, specifically among them various strippers.
So pray with me, if you will, for the salvation of Crystal Candy, Dixie Wrecked, Test Tickler.
He killed the stripper.
If I count some of them, I feel like I've got to count everyone inside. So that's 12 people total.
He killed the strippers, man. Damn, Goldberg.
In the background.
Damn, Santa, you killed the strippers.
Lady, I think. Pastor Timmons had escaped already, so he wasn't inside during the fire. And you can call this kill count inflation if you want, man. I'm just trying to do my job here. If you do like hearing these big numbers, though, let's throw another on the count. Because it looks like Santa's hell deer went and ate up the valet who we earlier saw having a hard time with the sleigh. Nice, Santa. Free hat. No, I didn't mean free hat McCullough. I mean you got a free hat. The next morning, it's Christmas Day, and the newly unleashed magical murder Santa is all sorts of bad news for anyone naughty in hell, like kids with dirty potty mouths.
Can't wait to see the shit we got. Can we open our motherfucking presents now?
Really?
Yeah, these poorly raised kids join the kill count when their presents explode and blow their heads clean off in a pair of kills that are just ridiculous and only as shocking as a grandmother who
Kill
swears.
kids!
See? Not that shocking. Santa goes to Mr. Green's deli. Santa is all sorts of mother who swears. Not that shocking. Santa goes to Mr. Green's deli, where he lets himself inside by breaking a lot of glass. He breaks some more glass with his patented spear straight through Mr. Green's counter display in a stunt that the man did himself. I mean, shouldn't be that surprising. Dude's a pro wrestler. Mr. Green is killed after Santa grabs his menorah and raises him up high, then stabs him with the holy candle holder hard enough to pin the dude to the wall. But somehow Mr. Green manages to stay alive long enough for Nicholas to show up a little later, when he tells Nick that Santa is to blame for his new neck decoration.
I thought you people didn't even believe in him.
Yeah, not really the time for that, kid. Nicholas goes to the police station and talks to Police Captain Caulk, who the movie makes a joke out of by having him dressed like Santa, as played by Martha Washington. Nick tries to tell him that Santa's out there killing people, and that they might be safe if they can make it to 7 o'clock. See, 7 p.m. their time would be midnight in the Greenwich Mean Time Zone, which would presumably include the North Pole. And if they can make it to midnight, Christmas will be over, and Santa will lose his powers, I think. But Caulk just calls Nicholas and his grandpa crazy and tosses him out of his office. Nicholas leaves as the cops in the station try to figure out a pattern to all the murders, but they're out of time. Santa's already here, and he enters Caulk's office to lift the captain up by the throat and hit him in the crotch with a taser. I'm not sure what the final cause of death is, but we can safely assume Caulk was killed, along with another 4 cops whose corpses Santa passes on his way out of the station. I like how this one guy got the chalk outline around his body with a Santa hat on, but I can't figure out how the guy at the desk died. He looks like he's in one of those fake freeze frames at the end of Police Squad. After that, we see exactly why this movie named the police captain Caulk, for some real clever wordplay when Mac and Nicholas think he's pulling them over.
What is it with you and Caulk?
He sucks.
Caulk?
God damn the Santa sleigh. But obviously that ain't Caulk coming at him, so they take off in the truck and pull out one of Mac's dad's guns from underneath the seat. It's a running joke in this movie that her dad's a gun fanatic and avid hunter, expressed earlier when Mac brought some nasty looking Wolverine meat over to Nicholas's grandpa's house.
Oh, well, it looks delicious.
And frankly, the fact that it was Wolverine meat is just further proof of my Michigan theory.
Go blue.
Although Nicholas
Yeah.
knows as much about guns as I do,
Start the shell into the breach.
You put the bullet in the hole!
he manages to shoot Santa off the back of the truck, so the kids are able to get back to his grandpa's house and make it down to the bunker. But Santa has followed them there, and first he attacks a group of 6 carolers on their porch. Once again, despite some non-lethal looking action, they're all going on the count. A wide shot shows them looking pretty dead here. Oh, and we only see 5 bodies in the wide, but there were 6 carolers altogether, 3 women and 3 men. I'm pretty sure the one missing body from the wide shot is this dude who was knocked over the side of the porch. You wouldn't be able to see him from that angle. Santa shoulder slams at the bunker door while Nick expresses that annoying cynicism I mentioned in the intro.
Fetch me that can of Tenactin there.
Oh, genius! We'll use some tough actin Tenactin on Santa. What are the chances of calming Claus down when we cure him of his athlete's foot?
Yo kid, maybe trust your grandpa who built a Santa bunker for exactly this occasion. Grandpa and the kids escape through a metal hatch that leads them out to the garage where there are some anti-Santa snowmobiles waiting for them. Santa sees them on one of the bunker's monitors and comes out back to the alley where he and Gramps start talking shit to each other.
You've really let yourself go, haven't you?
But Santa gets the last laugh when he has his hell deer come out of nowhere and plow the old man over. Man, there's an obvious joke somewhere in here, but
Oh, Grandpa got run over by a reindeer.
oh yeah, there it is. A head stomp secures the kill, and it's gonna need a little more explanation later on, but right now, just trust me when I put it on the count. The kids get away on their snowmobile, and all we need now is one red leather cape whip and the donning of a Christmas cap before we're off on a mediocre chase scene scored by more of that subpar music. Oh my god, I can't handle this fucking soundtrack anymore. At least the chase scene involves exploding present
Really?
bombs being rained down upon the kids and
That's
cute
some-
little headbutts
that's some
from the
Bill
buffalo
Gates shit
helmet.
right there.
That thing was a real buffalo that they had on set. But in a hilarious fun fact, Goldberg wound up being so scary that the buffalo would run away from his voice. Oh, poor buffalo
shit.
baby. The kids ride their snowmobile right into town and try to warn the townsfolk about the murder Santa on their tails. But nobody listens to them, so when Santa Claus flies his sleigh straight into the town's middle-of-the-road tree display, he picks up Pastor Timmons as a passenger. Pastoringer? Goldberg then assures Dave Thomas that he is indeed a pro wrestler in both line delivery and action.
Why, I'm just trying to spread a little Yuletide fear.
Nicholas and Mac break into the school, where she finally takes the initiative and turns the signals she's been sending up to full blast.
Am I gonna have to make every first move in this relationship?
I honestly don't even know why they went to this school. This is when the movie gets bogged down in its plot a little bit. And the cynical snarkiness won't let up either.
What's this?
It's a nutcracker.
You think?
You're the one who asked. Don't be rude when he answers you. Santa finds them in the school and delivers some Mr. Freeze quality jokes.
Who's your daddy? Father Christmas.
He also has some CGI Christmas fireballs.
Whoa, shit.
Man, I've seen better graphics come out of Liu Kang's wrists. The kids end up running onto the school's hockey rink, and come on, what other state is gonna have high school hockey rinks other than the home of Hockey Town itself? This movie definitely takes place in Michigan, even if it was filmed in Canada. The kids have a quiet moment together while their butts get frozen to the ice, but before they can heat things up with a kiss, Santa rides in on a Zamboni. He chases them down and backs them against a wall, but before he can park that Zamboni in Emily DeRaven's mouth, the vehicle is stopped by a glowing curling stone on the rink. Hey look, it's Grandpa, and he's glowing like an angel. Because he is an angel. Turns out he's always been an angel, I guess, and was in fact the angel who consigned Santa to the nicety contract those 1,000 years ago. I'm still gonna leave him on the count though, because I feel like we saw his corporeal form killed, you know? Honestly, I'm more confused by how this ancient angel has a human grandson, and why that grandson's only 16 years old in 2005. Santa wants to kill Nick and end the angel's lineage, but Grandpa instead challenges him to another curling match right there in the high school hockey rink. If Grandpa wins, Santa will go back to being good, but if Santa wins, Grandpa will be stuck in hell for all eternity. The Satan hell, not the Michigan one. Oh, speaking of which, they explain why this movie takes place there.
You said you'd go to hell and back to find me once the bet was over, so I moved to Hell Township.
Sure. Grandpa slides his slippery rock first and does pretty good with it. But for his turn, Santa just grabs the old man himself and slides him straight on into the hole. Santa turns his attention back to Nick, but one flaming nut to the chest later, and Santa's not down long enough for Nick to rescue his grandpa from the hellhole. Santa flees from the whiny teenager on his Zamboni, and with Grandpa Angel unable to leave the hockey rink because of magic reasons or whatever, it's up to the awkward teenagers to take care of evil Santa once and for all. Their ultimate plan involves a bunch of skeet shooters that include Mac's never-before-mentioned brother and a dude named Vinny who speaks through a voice box. Nicholas promises them that they can bag a really impressive buck, a flying frickin' buffalo, Marshmallow, and then whistles for Santa's hellhound to come find them.
You're going down in history.
The aw skeet 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 shooters all open up, but it takes a friggin' rocket out of nowhere to blow that hell deer out the sky and rain entrails down upon them.
Daddy?
Hi, sweetheart!
I guess that's our payoff for the running joke about her dad's penchant for firearms. The blast threw Santa straight onto a flagpole, but it's not Goldberg Santa that got impaled.
Oh,
Instead,
it's past the
Pastor
time,
Tim,
it
who the
is.
rest of the townsfolk just accept as the real culprit behind the day's Santa murder spree. Yeah, because it's real easy to mistake Dave Thomas for frickin' Goldberg. Nicholas doesn't correct them because he figures it's fine now that Christmas is over. Great, that means these two can finally stop talking and just get to swapping spit. A quick denouement shows Santa going by Shaitan, getting a plane ticket to the North Pole. And before you can turn off your TV fast enough, you get one last blast of that awful listless slacker rock.
Bye-bye Santa, Santa bye-bye.
Oh, and also there's a post-credits scene where Goldberg gets to say his catchphrase.
Who's that?
The story was messy, the acting atrocious. Maybe kills were how this film succeeded the mostest. Let's find out at the numbers.
I say this is better than Sign That Day, not 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shoot.
"41 people died in Santa
Damn.
Slay, so yeah, this movie came through on the body count. The victims consisted of 26 men and 15 women, although I freely admit I was being generous with the count when it came to the strip club. Whatever, man, 'tis the season for giving, high numbers. With an insanely short runtime of only 78 minutes, we wound up with a kill on average every 1.9 minutes. Damn, dude. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to that strip club patron who got electrocuted
Man,
via
that's
stripper
Vince
pole. It's a
Vince
fun use
Russo.
of the setting, and I really like how messed up his face looks when he's
Let me double check, see who that is,
All
though.
Machete for lamest kill will go to the 12 people killed in the strip club fire, which I still don't feel great about including, but I guess I'm committed now. And that's it. Santa Slay was released direct-to-home media in 2005 and has since become a cult favorite. I hope you all have a warm, safe holiday that you get to spend in whatever way makes you happiest. I've got one more episode for you this year on Friday, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this year's Christmas episode of The Kill Count.
Cool. I want to double check, make sure that I was right saying that was Vince Russo. Let me see. But yeah, this was funny. That was funny right there. This is actually a little more interesting than the Sound Not Dead and like Kid Cults. First one was not too bad. Second one was so 3 was just horrible. 4 was crazy. 5 was crazier but interesting. The remake was better. But yeah, this was better than that though. But this truthfully is more enjoyable. It was more like a comedy than a kill, in my opinion. Let me see something real quick though. Let me see the boy. I'm looking at IMDb to figure it out. If that was Vince Russo or not. That's the ball too. Oh, Debo was in it. Tiny Lister was in it. Yep, that was right. That was Vince Russo's the patient in the strip club. Yep, I was right. Cause I figured they throw somebody in Duddy in it though, and he's one of them. And probably some other ones they ain't pointing out because it was like wasn't with a kill count or anything. But yeah, this was interesting though. Maybe that bouncer was a wrestler. May not be surprised. Let me look through there and see who else was in there. King Lao. Yeah, that sounded like a damn wrestler. He sounded like a yep, a wrestler right there. Chinese professional wrestler. Yep. The bouncer dude, the one Chinese bouncer that security guard that got killed. But yeah, other than that, this was funny. This was a good one. Yeah, this was real good. Well, other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One.